Okay, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. So I'm Irynna.
I'm Adylla.
And today we're going to be talking about a follow-up of what we were talking about in our last episode, which is actually a month ago.
What the hell?
What the helly? We said that we would do this more frequently, but clearly that has not been the case. So we're going to do it now.
Life has got
Actually life has been crazy. Okay. So in the last episode, I think we said we were going to talk about jobs.
Okay.
So I have some questions set up for us.
She prepares stuff.
I've prepared some questions for us. So
okay.
My first question, you can answer it first, is do you think that being an international student has made it harder for you to find a job here?
Yes, in the beginning, just because when you don't have like any experience, like, I mean, for us we had experience like working and stuff, but to get that first person to like hire you, I think it's harder as an international student. What
Especially, I think I agree with that because it started when, this is back in 2022, Adylla actually got hired before me.
Like a week.
Yeah, so she applied to work somewhere that she still works now until today actually.
So for privacy reasons, we're not gonna
expose.
Wait, I have a feeling we said it though.
Have we exposed ourselves?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm still working there now, so
please don't come for us.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, I got.
I actually got my first job as a seasonal sales assistant. So that was back in Christmas of 2022, and I actually really liked the job, and I wanted to stay on, but they didn't have like vacancy for like something to actually become like a full like a proper employee. So I had to leave, and then I ended up where I am still working today, which I can't say apparently.
I mean, you can say it. I think it's fine.
I don't know. We're kind of undecided on that because I feel like we have exposed it.
Yeah, I'm sure, and you've like posted like stuff on.
Okay, so I guess tell.
Well, I work in Scribbler at the card shop.
Is it only in the UK?
Yeah,
are they only in the UK?
Oh, okay,
that's interesting.
So they founded in London. And yeah,
I'm
about to give some history lesson.
So you were working earlier today, actually. So
yeah,
any
I just came back
tales for us?
Not really. No.
No?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's boring?
Kind of. I was just stressing because we just changed managers, but.
Oh yeah. That is quite sad.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I think back to the question, I think it is harder, especially I think if you don't have like a good grip.
Or like if you haven't worked prior to.
No, I was gonna talk about like speaking English. I think it's.
Oh yeah, I think that's quite
if you're not like completely fluent, I think it's harder.
Yeah.
To get a job, but I don't know.
That's just our experience. Because it could be different for everyone else, but that's our experience here. Should we move to the next question then?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So, what has your experience been like? So obviously you've been working part-time and also have been in uni.
Okay.
So do you want to share your experience or anything?
Well, okay. I have more than one job.
Oh yeah, shit.
I had more than one
She's
job.
like maxed out employed. Okay.
Okay. So I work in a Scribbler, that's a card store. I work in Flying Saucers, that's a pottery painting cafe. And I also work with a uni as a student investor. And juggling all three, when I was working like all three at the same time was very hard, especially with like...
I think she was going to crash out. Many times that she was going to crash out.
Yeah, I was about to be like, oh, it's too much. But I mean, I only looked for another job, like, just because I didn't get as much hours as I wanted.
Yeah, I remember when you were stressing about that.
Yeah.
I remember I saw the opening for...
Well, I was about to quit Scribbler just because I did not like working a specific shift. And then I went and looked for...
Yeah, why were you gonna crash out? I forgot she had this like whole thing.
Yeah, me and Emma were talking about it today. Emma is my co-worker.
Yeah, you still work with
and
Emma
bestie.
still today.
Yeah, I was just working.
So you guys met back in 2022?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I remember meeting her for the first time and she was being really like... now I know it's just her face, but I thought she fucking hated me because she was like...
Was she like...
Yeah, because like I remember because when I came to do a trial shift, she was pricing the cards and she had the most like sour face. Like, but now I know it's just Emma, but like...
Emma's funny.
Wait, what was the question? Yeah, okay, it's very hard. And I think the fact that they cap it off at 20 hours during term time does help. Just because I think if I had done any more, I think I would like physically.
Yeah. So being an international student, obviously you get capped. You can't work more than 20 hours a week. I don't think that applies to students that are like from the UK, because I don't think they have that
not
cap.
home
It's
students.
just us.
International students. Because I think you can't like take on too much.
Yeah, but I think it's good that they put that cap. I feel like my experience was pretty good because I really liked everyone I was working with, but I feel like I lost my weekends because most of my shifts were on Saturdays, so I never had like a Saturday free, which when I'm looking back at it, I don't really care because it's not like I do anything on Saturdays, but it would have been nice to have like
one day where you don't do
anything.
anything.
Where I didn't have to work.
So I used to have like, I always worked in Scribbler on Saturdays, and then on Sundays I was at the Pottery Cafe. So I was just like, and then Monday to Friday you have uni, and sometimes it's like labs for like 5 hours, and it's just like, oh, you don't catch a break.
Yeah, I think the most taxing time for me was when it was our research project. So it was 5 weeks in the lab. It's Monday to Friday, basically 9 to 5, except bar Wednesdays, because Wednesdays is like the wellness day in Bristol, so you leave like around 1 or 2, I think. But I was working in the lab from Monday to Friday, and I had work on Saturday and Sunday. I was actually like gonna crash out, and
there was like no
5
break.
weeks. Yeah, I could never catch a break. I always had to wake up early, and I was like, ugh. But yeah, I made it, and I'm alive. So if you ever want to do that, if you ever want to work, it's
no. But I
possible.
think if you, even if you're not like, I mean, obviously for me, I wanted the money. But I think even if you're not, I think it gives you a good idea of how to balance your life. I think it'll teach you how to manage your time.
Yeah.
And I think it's good fun. It's like it's an experience, and then you kind of meet like people that you like, and not just like in the context of like school and uni. It kind of opens you to like more people.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. But I feel like a lot of the people that I became friends with in work were also in uni, so it's quite funny. So I don't know. They're probably not gonna be watching this, but Livia and Nora, my two friends in Ben's Cookies, they were also doing law, and they were in the same year, so we kind of just all connected. And also the other two people in my shop that I was also pretty close to, they were in UE, which is the other university in Bristol. So like everyone was a student, so it's actually quite funny.
Yeah.
But so I think it's really cute because it's nice to meet people not in a university setting, like
where it's like, oh, what
yes,
course
it's
are
so
you doing?
forced.
Yeah.
Like coming into work, like where you don't really care, you're just here to work and just talk
and have a good time.
Yeah, you kind of just, it's a really nice way, and I feel like you can become like actually like really close friends by just working.
And we say this because like it's just a minimum wage job, like it's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing too crazy.
But I think you can totally live off of it.
Yeah.
And I think we for a lot of like stuff that we do and experiences that we like, I mean I say that as if people have contacts, but like
we check our Instagram. I think it's public, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it is
the
public.
one
If you want to actually
channel.
if you actually want to see what we do with the money that we make,
yeah,
it's quite fun.
It's like our unserious Instagram, so you can go and check that out.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
But yeah, I think it's good for, you know, like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I just like you see it on like online, or it's like, oh, you actually have to pay bills and stuff. I'm just here because I want to shop.
Yeah.
I just want to feed my shoe addiction.
Yeah.
Or that was what it started with. I can't lie.
It was just a shoe addiction. Really.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, I need more shoes, and but then it's really crazy because there are some people who are actually working there.
What do you mean you have a family to feed?
Yeah, like
what do you mean you have
like,
bills to pay?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
But yeah, I think we were privileged enough to be in a position where it was like the money went to fund stuff.
Yeah.
Especially
now that
we're
we're leaving uni, and now that we're literally about to graduate, our graduation is like actually next week. Like it's really different now.
Yeah, but it was fun. I think that for a lot of things, I'm really grateful for the job, and especially to my former manager, Kate. Thank you so much for hiring me. Because without you, I don't think I would have all these experiences because I wouldn't have the money to do it.
Yeah, shout out to my manager who hired me as well. She's not the manager anymore, but she hired me.
Well, I said something.
What did you say?
To get you that job.
Oh yeah, the queen. Hey, I found you the flying saucers job.
Okay. Well,
so we kind of balanced it out.
No, but you didn't put any word for me. I applied.
Yeah, but I found it.
But hello, I put in the word for you.
Yeah. So because our jobs happen to be like opposite each other.
You can just say it.
Yeah.
You can just say where you work.
Yeah. So we happen to work like opposite each other. And so Adylla talked to the manager for me. I was like, oh, like, are you looking for anyone? And so I went. And I went for the trial shift, and I got the job.
Yeah,
and it was really funny.
But you didn't interview though.
No.
Did you?
I don't think it's that serious.
Yeah, it's not.
It's never that serious.
But actually, do you remember going for the interview with Kate? Like
yeah, it's because we were applying to some of the same places, and we both happened to apply to Scribbler, and it worked out. It's really crazy because when you actually think back, and then you go all the way to how everything started, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love Kate. Kate is my adoptive manager.
Yeah, she's great. But she's left now, so that's
she's gone, sadly.
Okay, what was it?
So that was what it was like for us, and I think it was really fun.
No, but I think if you have a chance to do it, do it.
Yeah.
That's why I think.
And go out there, and like it also helps with like just your employability. Like I know it's not obviously it's a minimum wage job, but I think it will help you when you come to
like
apply
transferable
for
skills.
Yeah, for like an actual graduate job when you're done with university.
Well, I got the job for the graduate type.
Oh yeah,
job.
so you can
using
explain that.
using just the experience of like
of her life, of her work. So she applied for a job for the university. I'm just gonna explain that a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was a panel interview, right?
Yeah.
And she got the job, so.
But I had to turn it down.
Yeah, just because of situation.
Scheduling conflicts.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so old. Yeah.
But why?
Scheduling conflict.
Oh. Yeah, but yeah, I think it helps. I think it definitely helps.
Yeah.
But I think one thing that the job teaches you is confidence. Because, like, you have to talk to, like, everyone and anyone.
Yeah, and can I be, like, so honest? Where we work is, like, city center of Bristol, and there's actually, like, so many crackheads. Like, this is just the truth, okay? I'm just gonna be honest. Like, anyone that works, like, in city center will know that there's
it's not just Bristol, though. I think it's anywhere.
Yeah, there's, like, so many crackheads these days. And... like, it's just an experience
I used to be
in
scared
itself to deal with them.
I can't lie. Like, in the first few weeks, I was kind of scared to go home.
Yeah, because everyone was so, like, desensitized to it.
Yeah, and now
this is normal. Like,
yeah,
this.
and I'm not scared now.
I don't know, because in Malaysia, I don't think we had to deal with that.
No.
Yeah, so,
what
like,
do you mean?
and there's no one that's really like that. So, it was really, like, jarring, I guess, to see that, like, this was, like, real. But now, obviously, I just don't give a shit. But there was a time when I was like, oh, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so another question I have for us is what advice would you give to a first year international student who's thinking about getting a part-time job?
First thing I say is do it. And I say just apply everywhere. Because I think I applied to like 20.
No, like dead ass, I applied to so many
And
places.
even the places that weren't like don't have like a sign or a listing online, I just called and said like, hello, can I apply? Are you hiring? Are you hiring?
Yeah.
And I think the entire like Park Street, because we were staying in like uni halls at the time, so anywhere that was nearby, I was just like, yeah, are you hiring? Are you hiring? Yeah. So I'd say do it and apply everywhere.
Yeah, and I think honestly just ask like what you said, because there's so many people even till today where I work, people just come in and ask like, oh, are you hiring? It's like such a normal thing.
So yeah, don't be like disappointed if like you don't get it.
Yeah, there's always something out there for you, and I'm like a strong believer in that, and you will find what's for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my advice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anything else.
Yeah. I don't think
but like
maybe
if you, I think it will help if you had like experience before.
But I don't think that's gonna stop you if you did.
No.
Because there are people who like don't have any like working experience and just come in and like that can be your first job.
Maybe be a personality hire. So
yeah.
Up the personality.
It's so real though. I don't know if people think that this is a stereotype, especially if I was a teenager now and I saw like the whole personality hire thing. I would think that's a stereotype. But I actually think it's real.
It's real.
Like there's so many people who are just like personality hire. And it's really funny. But yeah, because I don't think we can survive without them.
Yeah, because not like the working environment is so stale. So you need one personality hire. So if you don't have skill, just work on your personality.
There's always a way to get employed.
Yeah. And if you don't have personality, have the looks.
Oh, looks. Looks maxing is for you then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all these things are actually so real. Like pretty privileged personality hires, they're all like real. And I guess just play into what works for you. That's just me being real.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another question here that I have. So, were there any unexpected challenges that you faced at work, being like an international person?
I think racism.
Yeah, I was about to say racism has happened. It's not as bad as you would think, but to say that it's never happened would be a lie because it has. I think my first encounter with racism was obviously at my first job, the entertainer. There's this lady who I was working like on the tills, and she refused to come to me even though I was ready to take someone. She refused to come. It was this old lady, a Karen,
white lady.
She refused to come to me and let me serve her just because there was another British white person also on the till, but like just didn't want to come to me, and I just found that like, what the hell. But there was no like flat out like, oh, like calling names and things like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's happened to you.
For me, I think it was, I was standing next to Kate, maybe, I can't remember who, but I went to serve this guy, this white guy, and I think when I said hi and stuff, he was like, oh, I didn't expect you to be able to speak in English. And I was like, what the hell?
That's so weird.
I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I was like, well, what do I respond to that? You know? And Kate kind of, I think it was Kate, but she kind of was like, does that happen? I was like, yeah. And then obviously people would much rather go to Emma, who's like a white British girl, as opposed to me. But I mean,
I think just don't let it bother you, because it's not, nobody's out here like calling you names or slurs or things like that, but just don't let it get to you, because you can't really control the way people think. Just like do your own thing.
Yeah.
I had this lady, but I don't think it was racist. Like, she wasn't being a racist, she's just a bitch. She said something like, because I misheard her, so she wanted a tea or something, and I heard that she wanted a cappuccino, and she was like,
but how did you mishear that though?
Because it was really loud in my shop. But
what is that? I'm just thinking, like, how does that happen? Like, how do you mishear tea for cappuccino?
I don't
like
know
that.
What she was
if
saying.
it was like tea and like peas, I get it, but like
I don't know. It was really loud in my shop because it was so busy, and the coffee machine.
So you just made the assumption.
Yeah,
so that means that you're bad.
Yeah,
you're at fault here. Then.
Yeah, but why did she have to be such a bitch about it?
I know, but like it's your fault.
I did mishear her, and it's not that I gave her the wrong thing. It's just that I heard her wrongly, and she was being like a big bitch about it. But I think that's just
people. But I guess one thing that happens when you work in like service industry, I think you learn to be patient, even though the people are really annoying.
Yeah. Oh, some people are just really weird
and rude, but like that's not supposed to like deter you.
Yeah,
like, you're there for the money. Please remember that.
Yeah, you're here to make money and not do anything else.
Yeah, but I remember when we started. I think I started on like £9.12, and that's crazy. Minimum wage was £9.12.
I think I started on $9.80 maybe. I think I was making more than you.
Yeah, but I was on like absolute minimum. So yeah, that was $9.80. It's now minimum now is 12.20, I think.
Yeah.
So that's.
But that's inflation. So basically, what you're getting now is not actually more. It's just the same. In fact, I think it's worse. If you do the calculations, the tax bracket. Oh my gosh, old lady here. Tax bracket has not went up, so you have to pay more taxes, even though you're technically making less. You're just making the same amount because of inflation. Yeah. I think that's just really annoying. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So I think that's everything really about our jobs. Is there anything else you can think of?
No, not really.
Oh, I want to ask you about your jobs actually. So do you still work at Flying Saucers? Because every time I ask you this, you have like a different answer to this.
Well, 0 hour. It's nothing like this.
Oh, so you're still there?
Hours. Yeah.
Oh, she's still there.
Yeah.
And she's still a 2-job legend. Before this it was 3.
Yeah.
But now you've been fired from the uni, right?
No, I can still take.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Until like October.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I have worked as an ambassador, but not full time like she has. I just take the ones I have to do with the course, so I just work on open days. So I don't really think that counts. But damn.
Yeah. I can't lie, I want this episode to be over so that I can do my stuff.
And by do her stuff, she wants to watch Smallville.
Yeah, because it's a great show and I've been at work all day looking forward to this. And she says, okay, let's film an episode. I'm like, okay.
Off topic, but the Superman movie is coming out soon, and that is kind of related to Smallville, so I just think that it's really funny that we're watching Smallville now. Yeah, go watch Smallville, really good show.
No, it's not really. It's not really a good show. It's just nice to look
face
at.
card. It's crazy.
Tom Welling's face card is lethal. So yeah, we will be doing that. So thank you for watching this episode.
If you made it this far, what's the word to comment?
Peach.
Peach? Oh yeah.
So we just bought. Yeah, grab it. We just bought this like. If you know, okay, the only perk about working in Scribbler is the Jellycat, and we have first dibs on whatever that comes in, and look at that fucking peach.
Oh, Peach!
Yeah.
So this is our new child.
I think I did say a Jellycat the last episode as well.
Oh yeah, I think it was Pickle or something.
Yeah, so
a peach. We now have a peach.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. We'll catch you in the next one where if Hallie, you're watching this, you're gonna be the next guest. If Hallie doesn't come in, I'm gonna be mad.
Bye.
Bye.